Good morning. It is Monday morning here, April 27th, and for today you have a social studies passage to read about the Silk Road. So I'm going to go ahead and read that here for you. This is one of your major standards actually for social studies this year, and that's how ideas and goods and technology were spread throughout the world. A lot of these civilizations had their own things that they did with technology and their ideas and their religions and all those things. But one of the things that really helped advance the world and how everybody lived at that time was through trade and trading those ideas and those goods and those religions and all of those things. And one of the major ways that was done was by the Silk Road. So we're going to go ahead and read about that today. And the first thing I think you want to do is to look at your questions. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Your first question, what is the Silk Road? Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory, so you probably want to look out for that in your passage. Should be pretty easy since it's all about the Silk Road. Question 2, what were some things that were traded back and forth along the Silk Road? So what were some things that were given from one place to another and traded for each other? Then number 3, why did travelers along the Silk Road travel in caravans? And then what was a caravan? Or maybe the first thing you want to think about was what was a caravan? And then why did the travelers along the Silk Road travel with those caravans? Okay, so those are your 3 things to kind of look out for as you read today for social studies. So I'll go ahead and get started. It's called the Silk Road. During the Han Dynasty, there was fighting between the Huns and those in the Han Empire. To defeat the Huns, the Han Emperor Wudi made a plan to join with another group of people that were also enemies of the Huns. Emperor Wudi sent Zhang Qian as his representative to negotiate the union between the two states. Even though no union was ever formed, Zhang Qian's travels allowed him to carry information about the Asian regions back to China. The path he took would eventually be called the Silk Road. Often we hear Silk Road and think it is a trade route where only silk or other fine materials were traded from China to other countries. The truth is, there were many routes, many countries trading, and there was a lot more than just silk that was being transported along these routes. Silk, tea, porcelain, ivory, paper, bronze, spices, gunpowder, and many other things were sent from places like China in the east to other countries in the west. In addition, Western countries also sent some of their products such as fruit, gold, textiles, horses, camels, weapons, or slaves to the countries in the east. These trade routes were often across large pieces of land, and sometimes overseas, and the journey was very long. It would be unsafe for only a few people to be traveling the road by themselves. If the traders traveled with a small number of people, they would attract robbers who wanted the precious cargo being transported. In fact, Marco Polo and his father encountered robbers while using the Silk Road to travel between the East and the West. To provide protection from robbers, many of the merchants traveled in large groups. These caravans were designed to prevent robbers from trying to take their supplies. Traveling in caravans not only provided protection, but it also allowed the merchants to share supplies along the way. One supply that was extremely important, but sometimes difficult to find, was water. In addition to a lack of water and the threat of robbers, other concerns that traders faced were sickness or bad weather. Even though there were many challenges when using the Silk Road, it was still successful for trading goods as well as ideas. The Silk Road was used originally to transfer information, but in the end, it became a pathway to sharing goods and even religions like Buddhism as well. Okay, so that is your social studies passage for today, Monday. Again, look out for those keywords in those questions and to help you find the information to help you answer those questions. All right. Well, I hope you enjoy that and have a wonderful day.